Hello landlords, this is Ernie Garcia, your landlord attorney. Today we're talking all about cases involving tenants versus their landlords. Let's get started. Landlords, you may find yourself in a situation where you're dealing with your own tenant coming after you with a legal claim. This is happening more and more, and it's simply a reality that you're going to have to get used to. Today we're going to talk about the kinds of situations where a landlord may find himself or herself in a situation that they are getting sued by their own tenants. Naturally, my advice to you, if you are lost and do not know how to proceed once you have been threatened this way by your tenant, my advice to you is to seek out the assistance of a legal professional. Find a real estate attorney, particularly one with landlord-tenant experience. If that's something you would like to discuss with us, certainly you can leave a comment for us in the comments below, but your better option might be to reach out to us with a call. Our phone number is printed for you at the bottom of the screen here. Feel free to call us. You can also find a link to set an appointment with me personally in the description of the video. So what kind of situations might you find yourself in where you are being threatened in this way, or where you may actually find yourself having received a lawsuit? Well, one might be in a situation where you're dealing with what I call a MET, a multiple eviction tenant. And if you've been hit by the METs in the past, you know what I'm talking about. These multiple eviction tenants have been through the ringer so many times. They know precisely how much time they have. They know what steps they need to take. They know just what to do to prolong the situation to its maximum. And you may have a multiple eviction tenant who has threatened you in various ways, including someone who has stated that they will sue you because they know the law, that they've done it enough times that they can put you in a compromised situation. Well, to handle someone like this, you have to know what the lease says, what the law says, and what your facts can generally gain for you. If you are unsure, again, seek out legal help. But even this tenant, like all other tenants, is limited by these three factors. If they simply do not have the law or the facts on their side, it doesn't matter what they claim. However, knowing somebody has this position is it's a huge flashing signal for you to take steps to rid yourself of this kind of tenant. Naturally, if you in the application process see that someone has gone through multiple evictions, you can absolutely anticipate that there will be some kind of problem. Avoid this kind of tenant at all costs. Next, you have a situation that I refer to as the Google attorney. There are plenty of tenants who get on Google and research and find answers. There are tons of sites and videos on YouTube, for example, that inform tenants of certain rights. Now, these don't always apply, and you may find that you have a tenant who's accusing you of something that's more tailored toward commercial real estate or to another state, or that simply isn't present in the facts that they are arguing. And if you find yourself in this situation, you may be at a loss on how to respond. Be conscious of the fact that there is so much information out there that tenants have access to, that you may have a tenant who sounds like they know what they're doing and maybe even presents you with documents that look pretty legitimate. You may have to seek out legal counsel in order to really get a good grasp of what you're up against. You may find somebody who is making an argument that simply doesn't apply and that simply wouldn't stand in a Texas court. And if that's the case, you need to know how to deal with that particular situation in a proper way. Landlords, if you have enjoyed the video to this point, and I hope you have, make sure you give us a like, comment below with any questions you might have. You also need to know if, in fact, what you are being presented with is 100% legitimate, and what legal strategy a real estate attorney might advise, based on what you have been presented with. Finally, particularly since the pandemic, there is a larger than usual presence of legal aid attorneys who are offering their services. Now, much of this has to do with government aid that has been provided for people who suffered during the pandemic and ran into trouble with their residential leases. And so you can expect that people are going to take advantage of the fact that this aid is out there. And you may find yourself receiving a letter from a legal aid attorney making certain demands for repairs or responding to your own claims for a notice to vacate or a notice of default. Be prepared for a tenant to seek out the much more legal aid that is present, particularly after the coronavirus pandemic. What do you do if you receive a phone call or a letter? Again, you're always going to want to refer to your lease and the law and the facts. But if you find yourself particularly in a time-sensitive situation, seek out legal advice from a trained professional. Landlords, I hope you have enjoyed today's video. As always, it is my pleasure to bring new content to you. We do our best to get at least one new video, if not 2 videos out every single week for you. Hit the like button if in fact you did enjoy this content. Give us a comment below if you have a question about any of the topics that we covered today, or if you have a question that you would like for us to cover in the future. There's a picture of me close by. Click on that picture if you're interested in subscribing. There's also a video here if you would like more content from us. Until next time, landlords, happy leasing.